Is this thing on? Welcome to Rebooted the Podcast. I'm your host, Alita Hernandez. Come join me weekly to hear about my journey from recovery to healing after having a stroke and other life challenges. So let's get talking. Hi, everybody. It's Alita Hernandez from Rebooted the Podcast. Today, I just want to say a little sponsor here on my beautiful red lipstick. If you can see, this is by Arlene G, La Diva de la Salsa, her new lipstick line. Wait for all the other colors. I usually don't wear red, but it looks pretty good. Maybe I have to dye my hair red. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to say hi and say congratulations, Arlene G. Check out her new video also. And don't forget, April 29th, we are here live at Studio 33 with 6 artists. Going to be singing live here. Arlene G, JC Colon, El Calvito Reyes, with feature Chino Nunez, with Salsa en Control, Joe Lopez, and Jesus Manuel. So come on and check it out. Check out our sponsor, our Juju Vodka that's going to be here, and check it out. And a lot more things coming too. So stay tuned. And now next, my guest will be coming on. His name is Tom Paladino. And this is going to be a very interesting podcast because I'm going to learn a lot of stuff too. A little bit scientific today. So I hope you enjoy it. And he is a holistic medical expert and scalar light researcher. So we're going to learn what scalar light is today. So just stay tuned. Just briefly, I'll be right back with our guest. Hi, everybody. So I'm back. This is Alita Hernandez here today with Rebooted the Podcast. And we are honored to have Tom Paladino with us from Scalar Light. So we are everybody's interested to learn about scalar light and what is that for our health.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invite.
You're welcome.
Scalar light. Let's chat about this new technology. A new technology that's as old as the stars. What am I getting at? Scalar energy is from the stars. It's life force energy. It's the energy all around us. And now we're learning how to tap into that energy of the stars and apply it. That's the key, to be able to capture that energy and apply it. So we've learned how to capture, so to speak, or control electricity and apply electricity. Now we're learning how to control scalar energy. And with that in mind, this technology is incredible. Scalar energy, not electrical energy, scalar energy. Everything we can do with electricity, we can do much easier with a fraction of the cost with scalar energy.
How is it conducted? Like how, we're used to electricity, like I have as a conductor, right? So how would you compare that? I mean, I don't know too much about electricity, but very little, but.
With electricity, you have to command it usually by some type of a wire, a transmission of wire, or electromagnetic energy. It can be wireless in the form of, say, a radio wave, etc. Well, we're not working with electricity. We're not working with Newtonian physics. Scalar physics will state that this energy is everywhere. It's universal. So you don't have to worry about trying to capture scalar energy. It's everywhere in the atmosphere. It's as plentiful as oxygen in this world. And you simply tap into it. So what am I getting at? This is free energy. If the oxygen is free, then the same concept, free energy, pervades the atmosphere. It does.
Wow, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. I know you mentioned Tesla before we got on. So this is coming from like a Tesla technology from his brilliance, or how is that compared?
Tesla was the first man to marshal scalar energy. He's the first man to control it. And in so doing, he was the first man to demonstrate its application through instrumentation. Now, what I'm speaking to your audience about is likewise an instrument. I work with scalar energy instruments. This is not imaginary. This is not a psychic event. I actually work with instruments. I'd like to be able to demonstrate to the audience that's one of the scalar energy instruments that I work with. So I can control this energy now. And in so doing, we can do incredible things with this energy. Now, to make this very clear, I don't work with people. When you're working with scalar energy, you work with photographs. A photograph carries energy. I'm going to demonstrate. If I hold my photograph up, my photograph has a scalar signature. It's light, it's energy. Now we're having a Zoom call by way of transference of light, of information. Well, I can transfer information through a person's photograph. So I never work with people, I work with photographs.
So you get everything from the person, like you scan the photograph and you can tell what the person has or what they need and everything like that?
That's correct. I have a scalar energy instrument that can scan a photograph and it can ascertain different types of germs or microbes that that person has.
That's amazing. Yeah. It's still like so futuristic. It's like, wow, you know?
It is. Whether you have a virus or a bacterium, et cetera, this instrument can scan a photograph and then can break down the virus or the bacterium that it finds. It's not a chemical process. We work with information energy only. So it's painless, it's simple, it's easy. We don't work with the human body, we work with your spirit body. There's a big difference. So it's not a biological process, it's an informational process. And everything I do is non-physical. Let me use that term, non-physical. There's non-physical energy on a photograph. It's spirit or consciousness. I have a non-physical body, spirit, consciousness.
So how does that, I guess, how does that connect to you? I have so many questions. I don't know where to begin.
Now
so you're taking the energy from the photograph. Yes. So my next question is, how does that transmit? I guess I'm going to experience it because I did get on your website, so everybody knows he does offer like a free trial. You can see what this is, but how does that get back to me?
That's a good point. Some physicists will call that quantum entanglement, meaning two energy fields can communicate with one another instantaneously. So whatever happens on your photograph is also going to take place on your quantum body. There is no distance. There's an immediate communication, instantaneous communication. Somebody 1,000 miles away, I can communicate with them through their photograph. But it's not electromagnetic energy. It's a new branch of physics. This is what I've discovered.
I know I saw one of your videos, you talk about the chakras, and I'm learning about that too. So how does that connect? Does that all connect?
Yes. Everybody has 7 chakras, 7 main chakras. The chakras are composed of scalar energy. So when I take somebody's photograph and I place it in the instrument will start to balance the 7 chakras.
Wow, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, thank you. All by way of information. It's not a physical process, it's an informational process. Now, if you and I can share a Zoom call through our computers, you're not in my office, I'm not in your office, we're sharing information at a distance, then I can share information through a person's photograph.
I guess it's getting over the physical. That's what most people will be like, what are you talking about? That's because I'm thinking about, now that I've been learning about all these different ways of living better life, that just because, like you're saying, we're not physically together, but we are, because the light, the energy is projecting us, right? To see each other and to talk to each other. So you're saying that the photograph emanates the energy, and then you emanate it back to that photograph, which in turn will connect to you, because that is you.
Yes.
Because you're always energy, so your energy moves.
That's the new and emerging science of scalar energy.
Wow.
In this world of electromagnetic energy, you only can be in one place at a particular point in time. In scalar energy, you can be in 2 places or 3 places at once or 10 places at once.
So that brings me to like the next future of I guess us teleporting.
Yes, very good. When people send me their photograph, they teleport to my instrument. You
Yep.
see how simple this is? It's teleportation.
Yep. Wow.
Because you can be at 2 places at once.
I was talking about that the other day. We're always talking about different things like that and following Tesla and energy. I was discussing how you remember back in the Jetsons, the cartoon, how they had the Zoom call that the boss would call Jetson, he would come on the screen. We never had that. We didn't even have computers back then.
Of course.
They had little phones, they had robots. So everything in that futuristic cartoon, if you see it now, we have everything that's there. The only things left is the flying cars, and we're still already working on those.
Absolutely. Thank you. And
That's incredible. It's like Back to the Future all together. I mean, it's just amazing.
We are there. We're at the cusp of introducing this new technology, scalar technology, to the world. It's as old as the stars, but we've ignored it.
So touching the subject, how is that? I know it's going to affect our medical industry. So, uh, how is the medical industry with this scalar light?
They're gonna have to accept it. It's a fait accompli. This is about to take place.
It's taking place. You already have people. I have testimonies on your website and everything, and hopefully I will be a testimony soon too once I get my photo uploaded too. It's going to be amazing.
You're right. We have testimonies from people around the world. Remember, I don't work with people. I only work with photographs.
Right.
And the people say that after I work with their photograph, that they no longer have any congestion, bacterial congestion. Or if at one time they had a particular type of virus, they say that they don't feel that they're infected anymore. Or even furthermore, they have a polymerase chain reaction test, and the test shows no viral load for, say, Epstein-Barr.
It's just opens up so much healing for so many people out there. Yes. That's why I always try to bring this out here on the podcast. It's just all this alternative medicine that's out there and things that are natural for people that can heal from so many stuff, especially going through COVID and everything else we've gone through the last couple of years has just really intensified it.
You're right. And the COVID pandemic is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call for mankind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And this is a new technique. This is a new science. I've mentioned that.
Yes.
And I'm trying to get the word out. And I'm doing that through the grassroots effort. Because as you hit the nail on the head, Alita, this is not going to be well received by the pharmaceutical industry. Well, that's too bad. That's too bad. This is the future. This is progress. I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward. I'm not beholden to anybody but God. So
exactly.
This is according to the people who've sent me photographs, this is the easy way to eradicate bacteria, viruses, parasites. Those are not my testimony. That's not my opinion. That's the opinion of people around the world.
Okay, well, I hope you continue taking this around the world and that this podcast goes out to a lot of people to learn more about this because it's really, I mean, I looked on the website, you have so many categories. I was intrigued. The first one I saw addiction and detox, which I thought was like, that is the number one on top there, which I think should be number one because we have here in Florida, well, everywhere, there's an epidemic of fentanyl and opiates addiction everywhere. It's just, I see it every day here. I see homeless people outside, and it's just very sad that they're it's a chemically induced addiction.
Yep, and it's a shame that we can't do more for these people. We've got to rise up to the occasion. There's only a finite period of time to help these people.
Yep.
I see so many problems in the world, and I see that this technology can help people with pathogenic disease to rebalance their chakras. We even have a program where I can take a photograph of a nutrient. This is beta carotene, and I actually can instruct the instrument to look at the molecular structure of beta carotene and then reproduce that in people. So we're downloading nutrition into people by way of photographs.
Wow. So like if you're anemic and you need iron or some kind of deficiency, then you can send that to the person through the photo.
Through the photograph. So this is not a physical process. We don't work with people. It's non-physical, and we work with your quantum field.
Right.
What some people might call your aura, A-U-R-A, your
Right.
aura, or your spirit. Some people might call that the quantum field, the metaphysical being. We don't work with physical reality. We work with non-physical reality. And modern day science does not recognize non-physical reality.
Mm-hmm.
They're only looking for what they can put their finger on and explain.
Exactly.
Well, this is non-physical phenomenon. Another word might be consciousness. Well, most scientists will not even consider consciousness because they can't measure it. They can't define it. Well, and I understand that. You know, they want a scientific process to measure something, to be able to observe. How do you observe consciousness? I don't know. You only can see the before and after effects as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
It's invisible, Alita. It's
It is.
invisible.
It is.
My energy, scalar energy is invisible. It's non-physical. Consciousness is invisible. It's non-physical. You cannot measure scalar energy. You cannot measure consciousness. They're the same concept.
Yeah. It's a concept when you're meditating and you're trying to open up your chakras. And I'm learned now about the energy within us is amazing. I didn't understand. I didn't know this. I just learned this last couple of years. I'm like, wow, how come nobody told me 30 years ago?
Because it's suppressed. It's suppressed. It's either outright ignorance or it's suppression.
Yeah, because like you said, people say if you can't touch it, then I don't want to believe it. But faith is that way, the same way as well. If you believe in God and you believe in a higher power, it's the same thing. It's the same. You're believing in something that you can't see or touch.
So it's really going to boil down to people's belief system. Do you believe in love? Well, then believe that God created energy, light, because he loves us. Do you believe in consciousness? I do. Well, then believe that there's an intelligence in the universe.
Yes.
You know, you can't measure love. You can't measure scalar energy. You can't measure prana. You can't measure Om. These are concepts. Can anybody measure meditation?
No.
Not that I know of.
No, you can't. No, you really can't. Yeah. No, this is mind blowing. Really, it really is. It really is. And when did you start all this? When did you start getting into this?
I've been at this. I'm 63 years old. I've been at this for the past 50 years of my life.
Oh, wow.
And this is not a hobby. This is my scientific pursuit. It's not a walk in the park. So it takes a great deal of time and effort to perfect this. And with that said, working with these instruments, I have 30 years experience now working with these instruments. And we're going to change the world with this technology.
Yes, you will.
If you have ability to show you a couple photographs, otherwise I'll just refer to what I'm doing by these flashcards. This is a group in Delhi, India that I'm working with.
Mm-hmm.
At one time, everybody in this photograph, everybody was HIV positive. It's called Om Prakash HIV/AIDS Clinic. Om Prakash HIV/AIDS Clinic. This is on our website. And this group, over 5,000 people, by the way, have sent me their photographs to be treated with scalar energy. And not one person now is testing positive. Not one person after they sent me their photograph was HIV positive.
Ooh.
And some of the people have provided their PCR tests. That's one of the PCR tests in which there's no viral load for HIV after they sent me their photograph. Now, all that was required is that this group sent me their photograph. I have to let the world and the scientific community come to their conclusion. But according to these people, according to their testimony, they no longer have an HIV viral load.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So we have to wait for the people to speak. That's the only thing that's valid. There is no scientific protocol. There is no scientific definition of scalar energy. Nobody has these instruments. Nobody has my ability.
Well, we have about 25 bodyguards.
You,
And then,
you, you see the gigantic picture here, right? If people,
yes,
if
I
we,
do.
if 5,000 people from Delhi, India can send me their photograph, and according to them, they feel better. It's not my influence. I'm not forcing them to make that statement, nor am I forcing them to show a undetectable viral load. I think we're on to something. I think we've discovered something.
If you can do that for AIDS, you can do that for everything else.
So this is the promise of this technology. Help me get the word out. And I want to make this very clear to your audience. I work alone. Imagine this, people, and I'm not being condescending. No government, no university, no think tank, no business, no trust fund, no special interest group has ever worked with me. They've never shown any interest. Nobody, nobody except people, a grassroots effort is working with me. No government, no business, no higher institution of learning, no think tank, nobody, no organization is working with me. Zero. Then
Their minds are closed. Their minds are so closed.
yeah.
Until you
You're
open
right.
your mind, until you get an open mind and discover what your body is capable, and I still don't even know an inch of it, people are not gonna, they're gonna still sleep. They're gonna be sleeping. Just keep sleeping and they're gonna miss the whole thing.
They are. They are. Look at our website. We have 4,000 testimonies. It's not my opinion. The testimonies are from people. My testimony is irrelevant. Read the testimony of 4,000 people around the world. That's what's relevant.
I will. I'm gonna communicate some on here after I'm done with speaking with
And
you. I'll add some.
please, and just tell your friends and family that this is grassroots. Our website, we give away free sessions. Anybody in the world can sign up. Just send us your facial photograph, your
Yep.
bust shot. We treat everybody for free for 15 days just so they can experience this. Scalarlight.com. The website is Scalarlight, SCALAR, scalarlight.com.
Yeah.
Visit the website, upload your photograph, tell your friends and family. All of your friends and family can upload their photographs and receive 15 days of free session. There is no obligation. There is no hook. Help us get the word out. This is the
Okay.
only way. Podcasts are the only way that I can promulgate what I'm doing. Big media is not helping me.
No, you know how that is. We won't even go there. See, I'm independent. I'm me. That's it. You know what I mean? I have my digital magazine, Nuestro magazine, which is going to go on there too. Plus on this podcast, Rebooted the podcast. So it's going to go on 2 areas. So hopefully it'll reach a lot of people out there. And
Please.
that's what I try to do and put on my show is just different things for people to open their mind and learn new things, new, better ways. Because, I survived from a stroke 6 years ago and I did everything healthy, acupuncture, Chinese herbs, everything healthy. And I completely changed my whole life, but it didn't change until I started changing my mindset and learning about the chakras and the energy. And I continue to learn more and my body still continues to heal. So that's why this caught my eye. I'm like, what is this? Like I get so many emails. I get so many emails, but I go through all of them. I read through it. I scan them and see what's out there healthy. I'm always looking for alternative things. So anything that sparks my interest like that. And you had all the words. I feel like I'm going to the show Quantum Leap, which I love. I love that show when Scott Bakula was doing it, the original one.
Yes.
And I was gonna say, we're gonna be doing that one of the days. We're gonna be like Star Trek. I'll be like, beam me up, beam me up. I'm going to beam up to the other place. So we're almost there.
We are. It's the day has come. And please, again, thank you for your help. By the way, I live in Florida. Someday I'd like to meet you.
Oh yeah, where in Florida are you?
I live in Bradenton.
Oh, okay, you're up north. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, so yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, you can come to the studio. We can do a on live podcast here,
Okay.
and I have a studio behind me. We do it's an event space for different events. You can rent it, and so we're here.
Okay.
So
next time I'm in Fort Lauderdale, I'll take you up on that.
I'll send you.
Let's change the world with this discovery.
Yeah, let's do this. I can't wait. I already took my picture. I'm going to upload it after I finish with you, and then later on, I'll do another part to this podcast so I can add my photo and things like that.
Yeah, I'd like to do a follow-up after your sessions. I'd like to see how you feel.
Oh, okay. That would be great. Yeah, that would be perfect. We'll do another meeting after I do that. And then we'll push it out even more out there so people can understand. And I have a whole group of ladies that I know will be very interested in this. So.
Okay. Wonderful, Lita. Okay. Well,
all right. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you. Thank you for I appreciate you and for your incredible brilliance and your research for your mostly almost your whole life.
Yes.
And the best. I know this is going to be amazing for everybody. So good luck. Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Rebooted the Podcast to learn about each episode's guests and topics. This is your host, Alita Hernandez. See you next Tuesday.